Hi, today we'll take a look at cake order form. So if you are receiving cake orders for your bakery business and you want to quickly create a PDF file for every order received, then this video is for you. As you can see in the background, I have got a cake order form with all the details related to cake order. And once all the entries are filled in over here and the user clicks on submit, the responses go to the responses section of this cake order form. What I want to do is I want to create an automation setup where I can create a PDF file one by one for every submissions that I receive in this particular response. For this, I'll be using a tool known as PDF output. This will help me create a PDF file on automation with the help of a Google document and a Notion database, and we will understand how this will work. Click on create PDF and quickly sign in with one of your account from this list. So I'm going to quickly sign in over here and then we will understand the automation steps. So once you are signed in, you will be asked to add the Notion database. Then you need to add the document which we'll be using as a template file. And finally, we can map the properties of the Notion database onto the document which we'll be using for the PDF automation process. So click on this Notion database drop down, click on add Notion database. And now you need to add the database which you have on your Notion workspace. So this is my database which I have. So I will copy the database title over here, which is Cake Factory Order Form. So let me copy the entire title. Once it is copied, I will go and click on next. Then it will give me two options. Either I can copy a default template. So this will have a Notion database which can be used for the demo purpose. And you can use this option if you want to test out PDF output. But since I already have a database on my workspace, I will click on select pages. Again, I'll click on select pages. And now the database title which I have copied, I need to put it inside the search pages. Okay. Once I put it inside search pages, the particular form will appear. Click on this and the form gets added onto your workspace. Okay. So if you observe under the private section, we have this particular form which is showing over here. So always my recommendation is whenever you're adding a database, always copy the database title and put it inside the search pages to add the same. Do not add the database by selecting these top level pages that you see over here, because if you do that, it may take a while to load the database and it may not correctly load up for your reference. So always and always copy the database title and put it inside the search pages to add the database. Alongside this, if you have any relational properties which are added in the database, so let's say factory order form database is connected to database A, database B, database C. So you need to add all the four databases over here. That is the main database which we have the cake factory order form. Then you also need to add database A, database B, and database C. If you add all the databases, then only you will be able to see the relation properties and the roller properties which are used in the main database, and that can be created as a placeholder in the PDF file generated. Okay, so any relational properties which you are using, add those databases as well and put it inside the search pages to add it. Having considered this, let's click on allow access, and now this will give us access to the cake factory order form which we can use to understand for the steps of automation. Sometimes the database will not appear over here, so you can simply refresh once or twice and it will automatically load the database for you, which you can use for the rest of the steps. So let me refresh once again, and now we will be able to hopefully see the database appear over here. Okay, so you can see the cake factory order form showing here. If I scroll down, you will be able to see all the properties of the database which we have used over here appear one below the other. Okay, so all the properties are visible here. This we can use to map onto the document to create the PDF files. Okay, so let's add the document. Click on add Google document. You have two options. If you already have a document on your drive, click on select existing document, and this will allow you to add a document which you already have on your drive. Since I do not have any such document, I will click on add Google document and I will click on add demo document. This will create me a demo document which I can use for the automation step to create the PDFs. Okay, so you can see it has quickly created me a document over here. Let me remove the top part which I do not need, and I can remove this placeholder as well. So now you can see all the properties of the Notion database are visible over here inside the double curly braces. So we have like question, we have address, date, email, all the fields are automatically visible over here. All these fields will be mapped with the Notion database and it will be replaced to create the PDF files on automation for us. So anything that you see inside double curly braces will be fetched from the Notion database. It will be replaced with the values and the PDF file will be created. If you want to manually map any properties, let's say you want to add first name, click on copy over the first name, go to the document and you can put it anywhere. So I will just use Control V or Command V. It will paste the property onto the document. Okay. Let's say I want to use the phone number. I'll click on copy on the phone number and I can put it anywhere in the document. Use Control V or Command V. Okay. So the shortcut is always Control V or Command V, which we can use to paste the properties. But I already have the properties intact. I do not need to do that. Few more things I need to figure out. What would be the PDF file name? So I want to generate the PDFs with the name of the first name that we have over here. So the first name column will be the reference point where the PDF files will be named. So I will simply use first name in this list, and all the files generated will be created as per the first name column reference that we have over here. And if you go back to the database and scroll to the right side, you will see these two additional columns. One is generate PDF, one is PDF files. Anything which is set to ready to generate will be created as a PDF file, and it will be stored over here in the PDF file section. So make sure you mark the records as ready to generate whatever you want to turn into PDFs, and the PDFs will be populated right inside this PDF file section. Okay. So we have all set up. Click on download PDF, and now the PDF files which will be created will be directly saved over here inside this PDF file column. Okay. So let us wait for a few seconds as it is going to generate. It will also save the file onto your downloads folder, which you can see later on. And now you can see the file has been created right over here. So if I click on this particular record, it will show me the entire file, which you can see, and everything has been correctly mapped as per the database that we had. Okay. Let me open up the second one as well. In here also you can see all the particular placeholders have been mapped correctly. So both the PDFs have been created with the placeholders being mapped to the respective properties. Okay. Now, a beautiful thing about PDF output is that once everything is set up, click on Setup Notion Automation, and this will create an automation setup which you can use forever. Okay, so now you do not need to go back to PDF output in this dashboard to create the PDFs. You can simply add records in the database, and you can mark it as ready to generate, and the PDF file will be created right over here for your reference. Okay, so do not need to go back to PDF output again to set everything up. Everything is automated for you. Just simply add the records, mark it as ready to generate, and the PDFs will be created right over here. Okay. So whenever a user would submit any response from this form, just make sure you turn it to ready to generate, and the PDF file will be created right over here for a use case. So this is the beauty of using the tool, and it is completely hands-free, and it ensures that all the files are created right inside the database. So now you do not need to go back to PDF output ever again to set up any automation for this specific document. I hope this explanation was helpful and clear to you. If you still have questions, use the chat bubble at the bottom. Send me a message with your queries. I'll be happy to take up any issues on this. Or you can simply go to the contact section at the home page, at the bottom of the home page, and send me a message with your issues on this. I'll be able to take up any issues on this. You even have an option to book a free demo. So click on book free demo, and